Hello, my name is Joe Strother. I'm the Director of Sales here at FESA, Federal Employee Service Association. Today we're going to take an in-depth look at the PowerStart. If you're watching this, then you have just started training. Unlike most sales presentations where the end or the pitch is the most important part, our presentation's most critical and important part is the PowerStart. Most of the no sales that you will have, hopefully you won't have any, but you will have in the field, will be narrowed back down to the PowerStart. This will be the only part of the presentation that I'm going to require you to know word for word. We've had some field agents in the past refer to it as the field agent's prayer. You'll know it coming and going. As we dive into this PowerStart, it's important to understand that there are no magical words. If you memorize the entire presentation word for word, it does not mean that you are going to sell everyone you talk to. This presentation is a conceptual sale. There's a lot of art behind the words, and that's what we're going to look at with this PowerStart. First off, what's the point of this PowerStart? We're going to establish the consultative approach. As you're going to learn as you progress through the training, our presentation is a consultation where we break down the federal employees' benefits step by step. So the PowerStart, we're establishing that approach. We're telling them the reason for our meeting. Like any good presentation, like any good speech that you've ever heard, the speaker or the communicator is going to let the audience know what they're going to cover. Why are we even here? We're also going to show the helping team player attitude that they're going to believe that will help them for years to come. From the very, very beginning, we're going to establish FESA, field agent, you are on their team. That it's you and the federal employee versus the big bad federal government. So what's the end goal of this PowerStart? That the employee can value the PBA. That's personal benefit analysis. That is the booklet that you'll be using to go through the consultation. They'll value it as an important service that they see as a team player so that their buying guards are down, that they can listen and engage into your consultation without any fear or any thoughts that you have a hidden agenda to sell them anything, and therefore at the end will take the appropriate action, which would be doing a rollover. The PowerStart is where it all begins, and it will help you get to the conclusion that you want. See, the PowerStart starts with that first impression. Hi, my name's Joe Strother with Employee Services. That is your first impression. You only get to make one of them. With the PowerStart, this is your first impression for the entire presentation. We're going to go to that kitchen table every time, no matter what, with the PowerStart. Sometimes it's a mess, go clean it up. Sometimes there's just craziness going on. Get to that kitchen table. Controlling the environment is something you can't memorize word for word. This is that behind the scenes stuff I was talking about with your PowerStart. You cannot be successful if you don't have their undivided attention. If you walk into a house and the environment is chaos, they're having a birthday party for all their grandkids, we're going to reschedule that. If they seem to be texting while you're talking, you're going to want them to stop texting. Maybe a simple question. Is everything okay? And they might tell you, no, my best friend just went to the hospital. Well, what do you think their mind is going to be during your presentation. Being aware of your environment and controlling it to put you in the right position is absolutely key. With the PowerStart, you are in control. When you say at the very beginning, let's go to your kitchen tables, I have some papers I'm going to be leaving with you, you're establishing I'm in control. And if the environment won't allow that, you need to be very aware of it. Knowing your PowerStart in and out will allow you to focus more on the situation that you're in and less worried about what's the second paragraph of the PowerStart. You're going to be telling them exactly what you're going to do. I'm a big fan of that. Whenever you go somewhere and the communicator doesn't let you know what the agenda is, and so you're always sitting there thinking, how long is this going to take? When will the communicator be done? The PowerStart lets them know exactly what we're going to be doing. Get them comfortable about why we are in this meeting. You have a first impression. You start into this PowerStart. They have some preconceived thoughts and expectations. They might think you're a salesman. They might think you're a scammer. They may think that, who knows what it is. The PowerStart is there to shock them. Say, oh wow, he is on my team and I'm ready to listen. They get them comfortable about why we are even there. We're there because they responded to a lead piece that said, in short, they don't know what to expect at retirement. And yes, I want someone to come out here and talk to me about my benefits and retirement. We get them comfortable with that. We remind them. Now the meat of it, of the PowerStart, is very commanding. We're telling them what to do. We're telling them why we're there. And we're telling them that we're not on the Fed's payroll and why we're here in the first place. There's a lot of reiterating. There's a lot of highlighting what's important. We're telling them what they're going to do. We're telling them why we are here. And it is really important to tell them that we're not on federal payroll. Again, like I said earlier, we're setting that team environment where it's you and the federal employee versus that federal government. Harlan Pickett had a really funny line. He's a guy that used to be out in the field for us. And anytime anyone said, now, wait a sec, you're not on federal payroll, big old guy, he'd slap the table and he would just start laughing, this massive, big, bellowing laugh. And he would say, absolutely not. I'm not on federal payroll. You think the federal government would pay me to come all the way out here to your house and walk you through your benefits? Heck no, I am not. I'm paid by FESA and your supplemental benefit providers. It's a funny response, but it's very, very important that they understand that. This is a service-focused consultation. There's literally nothing to sell in our presentation until the very, very end. And we're going to talk about that here in a few other videos. But there's nothing to sell. We're there for service. We're here with them for the long haul. We'll remind them again why we're here in the first place, and that we're going to be educating them and informing them on how they're currently set up and where changes they might need to make. So here's some food for thought when it comes to the PowerStart. You are providing a service. There's nothing to sell. That tell, don't sell, what you're going to do in the consultation is very big. We're not going to be asking, hey, can I help you? We're going to tell them that you are going to help them. The ultimate goal of this PowerStart is not to get through it and get to the pay stub. It's not to make sure you said every word exactly perfect. The goal is to get their buying guards down. That's it. If their buying guards are down, if they trust you, they view you as an expert, then you can guide them correctly because they're listening and they're trusting. If they still think you have an agenda or their buying guards are still slightly up, because we don't have a pitch at the end, we just have an assumed sale, then you're going to get kickback. And it all happened from the very, very start of this presentation. Now let's look at the PowerStart and go through this paragraph per paragraph. First paragraph, this is that first impression that we touched on. Hi, I'm Joe Strother with Employee Services. I'm supposed to meet with John. John, it's nice to meet you. Let's go to your kitchen table. I have some papers I need to lay out and some information I'll be leaving with you. It's really simple and it's really powerful. They will already be told to have like their pay stub and their TSP statements. Sometimes they already have that out sitting on like the living room table. No, kitchen table. They might have it on the dining room table. Nope, kitchen table. Kitchen table is where you will go no matter what. There will be some unique exceptions, like maybe you're dealing in a house that doesn't have a table at all. Cool, pull up some chairs in the kitchen. That is where we're going to be doing stuff. I can't make that more important. The second paragraph is a very powerful paragraph. This is going to put in detail what you're going to do. See, you've been in the house now for a very short time, and now it's time to calm their potentially negative preconceived thoughts about you. Let me explain what I'm going to be able to do today. I'm going to fill this out and leave it with you. This is a summary of your benefits and how they work now. And then depending on how much longer you work with the post office, they change. And when you retire, they change yet again. I'm also going to put together this Social Security report that's going to show you how to maximize your Social Security income. When do you expect to retire? Do you have any date in mind? All right, that's awesome. I'll be able to give you a good estimate of what your retirement income will be at that time based on how you have your benefits set up presently. Now, as we near closer to that retirement date, I'll also walk you through your retirement package. There's a lot of service that we just talked about. We talked about filling out this summary of benefits. That's that PBA that we just talked about that you're going to be going through. It's a real pretty booklet that puts all of their benefits in a real organized and easy way to follow. That's what you're going to be filling out. It's a power play. Some people are note takers. There will be no note taking except for you during this presentation. And so you can literally, you'll have it in your hand and you can just smack it right down in front of them. Say, I'm filling this out. Don't worry about it. Then you tell them what it is. It's a summary of all their benefits, et cetera, et cetera. This Social Security report, you'll be getting trained on this. It's an incredible tool. It's very valuable. And Social Security, we found, is a huge and exciting buzzword for federal employees. And so when you're going through a PowerStart, watch the person and how they respond to when you say Social Security report. Again, it puts an emphasis on how well you need to know this PowerStart so that you can be thinking about how the client is responding and being less worried about your next paragraph. When do you expect to retire? They could say anything. Most people are going to probably be in that 3-year window. Some people will be, as soon as I can. Retirement packages are a big deal. We provide that service for free. It's classic federal government making something that should be simple, pretty complicated. We'll train you up on that. We have a few samples of those. That is a huge buzzword. There are companies like us that actually charge to do a retirement package. We do it for free. We're proud of that, and they'll love it. They'll say, oh, good, can you look at it? Because it is confusing. The second paragraph establishes all the service that you're going to do. This third paragraph is a good diffuser. What we do is just make sure you fully understand your benefits and then just get the most out of them. And you're not paying for any benefits that you don't need. We also make sure you're pre-positioned to get the largest retirement income possible with the least possible taxes. That's like an elevator pitch. I mean, that's literally what we do. Make sure you understand your benefits and get you in a position to get the largest retirement income possible. That's what we're here for. that should, if you emphasize that clearly or communicate that clearly to your client, that should really kill some buying guards. These next couple of paragraphs just continue to put more emphasis and focus on why you're here and what we're going to do. We talk about, so it's really good that you sent that benefits survey back to us, because I only work with employees like you that took that time to fill out that form and send it back to us. I actually provide this service for all federal employees, not just postal, and I'm not on federal payroll. I'm actually paid by FESA and your supplemental benefit providers. That's what makes it possible for me to come out here and work one-on-one with each person that sent in that benefit survey. So again, it was smart you sent it to us. This is reminding them, hey, I am not just some random guy that showed up at your house. You filled out that benefit survey. You talked to a member at FESA to set up the appointment, and I'm here because you took the time to do that. And now we're hammering in service. Now that I have you in our service system, I'll check in with you each year. I won't necessarily need to come back out. We can do this over the phone or the email, but I'm going to help you stay on course and make any adjustments necessary so that you're always in a position to get the most out of your benefits and the most out of your retirement. And in addition, if any real changes ever do come down from DC, like this talk about capping the G fund at 1%, or who knows what might happen between Amazon and the Postal Service, I'll get with you and I'll explain how it personally affects your benefits and retirement. Again, we want to protect your paycheck and help you get the most out of your benefits and the most out of your retirement. So those two paragraphs, all we're talking about is, I'm here, I got you, I'm going to be checking in with you, and as you get ready for retirement, we're going to make sure you're in the position to get the most out of your benefits and the most out of your retirement. It's very powerful. It's very comforting. They should be getting a warm, fuzzy feeling. You should see them go from, I don't know about this person, with their arms crossed, to maybe leaned in with a slight smile, because you didn't sell them anything. You just told them what you're going to do. And what is that? You're going to make them understand their benefits, and you're going to set them up to get the largest retirement income possible. No one is going to say, well, I need to think about that, or I need to talk to my wife about that. No one's ever going to say that, because there's nothing to sell. And then we have a built-in transition statement to the next section. Now I'll start with your pay stub. There's some codes on there I want to make sure you understand, and it shows me how you're currently set up with your benefits. It's short. It's one page. It's very powerful. And the better you can know this, the better off you're going to be. You should be able to get to the point rather quickly, where if I said, let's start on the 5th paragraph, you know exactly where it is and how to get through it. Keep at it, keep learning this PowerStart, and good luck.